I'm going to use this level 1 account and level up to 700 using the Blox Fruit, and my mission is to unlock abilities, transform into Katakuri. I just created the account and we already have the default skin, and I was lucky to get the angel race, but the account isn't complete yet because we're missing the fruit and we're also not transformed. The fruit we're going to end up using is the Dougie. It's a mythical fruit and getting it from the spin is really hard. For that reason, I'm going to have to end up buying it. This is going to be the part that hurts my wallet the most because it's going to be 2,400 Robux for a single fruit. But we successfully bought it and now we can start leveling up. And believe it or not, in this other account of mine, I have the exact amount of Robux to buy a double mastery game pass. For this reason, I will end up giving myself a gift and thus facilitating our progress in the first world. The only thing missing now is our transformation into Katakuri, but I'm only going to do that once we unlock the first ability of our Blox Fruit, then we'll have enough merit to transform into him. For now, I'm going to have to stick with this skin, and it's not for nothing, but the first ability is already really strong. There, I'm going to have to stick with this skin for now, and it's not for nothing, but the first ability is already really strong, and I was almost forgetting to use the P code. I've seen some people say that the WXP code also gives double mastery, but to this day, I've never seen it work. But let me know in the comments if that's really true or not. Our first mission has already been successfully completed, and all the points I end up getting, I'm going to put into fruits so we can deal as much damage as possible right from the start. And this here is going to be the best part of the Doge, the Logia effect. I'm level 7, NPC is 5, use Logia, block damage, Jungle Island smart to level up, face Gorilla King soon, keep distance to avoid defeat. And the best decision I made was to come to Jungle Island to continue leveling up here, because in a short time we can already face King Gorilla. The only problem is that I can't let him get too close, he'll end up defeating us. But since this is just the first boss, it shouldn't be a big problem for now. And we already managed to level up 4 times in one go. We're leveling up so fast that in less than 20 minutes, we've already reached the 3rd island of Blox Street. And now, we can finally face Bug. Actually, I still can't face him, but it's on this island that we're going to be able to do that. After completing some missions, I managed to level up enough for us to face now. And one thing I messed up is that I accidentally defeated an NPC using combat. For that reason, we're at 7 mastery, the fighting style. But don't worry, next time I'll be a bit more careful so that doesn't happen. Wow, I used an ability and the bug disappeared. I have no idea where he went. Wow, he came behind the house. I had no idea. And with that last attack, managed to finish him off. And we leveled up 3-4 times and we can already switch islands. Now in the desert, I only have 4 minutes to make the most of my P. By finishing off these NPCs, can transform into Katakuri. And now, we are definitely ready. I'm ready. Besides that, we also unlocked another ability. It's not that great. We can't do much besides moving from side to side, but it's a nice animation for us to end up using. And I don't remember if this causes any damage. So let me take the chance to test it out. And I just saw that it doesn't cause any damage. And I just arrived at one of the best islands in Blox Fruits because here we can buy the armament racket, instant step, and also something else that I forgot. Here we already bought double jump. I'm also going to buy the armament racket because this is really important. And last but not least, the instant step. This one is expensive. This one alone costs 100,000, but it's totally worth it. A little while later, I leveled up enough to face Yeti. And I just remembered now that I bought the armament hockey and got to activate it. But what really matters here is that we managed to defeat the Yeti with just one ability, because the movement we just unlocked doesn't cause any damage. And when least expected it, I managed to defeat it and we leveled up 5 times at once. And now that I have enough levels to do the boss mission on the next island, we can switch islands, and I'm going to take this boat and get out of here. And Katakuri finally arrived at the marine fortress and we're about to evade the admiral. And I'm going to attack him with our first and only attack. Now I just have to keep repeating this process over and over till I can defeat him. I can't wait to unlock the second attack so we don't have to rely only on the first one, because every time we end up using the first attack and I have to wait a long time for it to come back so we can use it again. I was switching servers, face the boss again, and look who spawned, Whitebeard. Even though we can't defeat him, I'm going to have to face him even if it's just with a single attack. Just say that Katakuri has already faced Whitebeard. Whitebeard is really making his presence known. Another server I join and he's already spawned. And surprisingly, this is already the 3rd time I've encountered him. I got tired of defeating the boys and decided to come to Skypia. The only problem here is that I don't have enough energy to keep going up and down this ladder. And if I end up using the fruits movement, I'm probably going to fall most of the time. I didn't realize it, but the best thing ever just happened right now. I unlocked second ability of our fruit Dougie, and now can use another ability to defeat the NPC. The only problem is that this ability only works on one NPC at a time. Now we're going to level up in the prison. We're going going to have 3 bosses to end up facing. And as soon as I defeat all these NPCs, I'll have enough levels to face the first boss of the prison. And with this mega powerful attack, we can take down the first boss of the prison. Now at level 230, we can face the second boss, and I believe it won't be that hard. I just can't let him get close, then we can defeat him. And with this attack, we'll also be able to defeat the second boss of the prison. And the only one left now is Cerne. This one is going to be the toughest boss for us to face. It didn't take long for us to complete the hardest mission of all. Now the only mission here is for me to try not to die to him. But to be honest, I think this is going to happen a few times. I'm completely surprised. We managed to defeat him without getting defeated. Actually, I messed up here at the end. It's true that I suffered an instant karma and still managed to get his cape. But since I'm Katakuri, won't be able to use this cape. When I defeat this boss, I'll have enough levels to take down the boss of the next island. And our opponent is going to be Akainu, the Grand Admiral, against Katakuri. I'm not saying this for no reason, but I consider myself way more powerful than him. The Fruiter Dog is terrible for defeating NPCs, but it's a wonder for taking down bosses because with one attack we can deal a lot of damage and push him away from us. And we leveled up 4 times, once. My code is almost up, and I'm going to take the opportunity to get the observation haki, which is one of Katakuri's most important skills, and it's going to help us on our journey. Almost everyone already knows how to get the observation haki. For that reason, I did a speed run, pressing the button, grabbing the torch, going to the desert, getting the cup, filling it up, and handing it to the guy. Then I just needed to defeat the boss, talk to the NPC again, beat chunks, and now I'm ready to buy the observation haki. And just 750,000 we can learn the dodge. In this case, the observation haki. It's a bit expensive, but it's definitely worth it. The only thing I need to do now, train our observation haki, so I can use it in the best way possible. Now that I have everything I need, I just have to use the XP code and get back to the starting point. I faced the boss here for so long that now we have enough levels to take on the underwater boss. Lord Triton will be my next opponent, and I hope I can defeat him with some ease. I just can't get hit by any attack because so far I haven't put any points into health, so any attack can take me down. I managed to bring him down to his second life, and this last attack is going to finish the boss off with all the success in the world, completing the mission. We leveled up to 3, almost 4 levels, and I'm going to keep defeating Lord Triton till I have enough levels to face the next boss, who's over in Skypiea. And I just realized now that the last boss I defeated unlocked the 4th ability of our Doogie Fruit, and now there's just the last ability of the Doge Fruit left, which I need 300 mastery for. We leveled up to go to Skypiea. The only thing I need to do, press the house icon and get teleported. And here in Skypiea, I already have enough levels to face the boss here. I just think this one is going to be a bit tougher because he uses a bazooka, so even if I stay far from him, he can still hit me. And this last attack is going to be enough for us to finish him off, and I leveled up 3 or 4 levels all at once. I just think this one is going to be a little harder because he ends up using a bazooka, so even if I stay away from him, he can still hit me. And this last attack is going to be enough for us to finish him off. I leveled up 3 or 4 levels all at once, and while I was facing the boss, look at the fruit I ended up finding without the fruit tracker. In fact, it didn't give the signal that it was with a tracker. Probably someone took it and threw it away. Even so, I was still lucky to end up finding it. I'm going to spend Robux again because I've already used all the XP codes and I want to level up as fast as possible. For this reason, I'm going to buy 6 hours of WXP so we can reach level 700. And now we have enough levels to face NL. I just can't be defeated by him because if I get taken down, he'll be able to regenerate his health and all our effort will have been in vain. And without taking any hits, going to successfully defeat NL. And with that last hit, I finished him off, even though I also got taken down by him. But the important thing is to manage to defeat him. By defeating this boss, we'll have enough levels to go to the next. The big problem is that I won't have enough levels to face Frankie. So in the end, I don't think it's going to be worth it. For this reason, I will continue facing the 2 bosses here in Skypiea until I have enough level to face Frankie. And then, we can switch islands. With this attack, we will be able to finish this battle. And the only thing I need to do go to the last island. By the way, I don't remember which side it's on. And this is going to be the last boss I need to face in the first world. I'm almost at level 700, and I did all of this without putting a single point into health. So from the very beginning, any attack that hit me would take me down, and it's only going to take this last hit us to successfully finish off, and I already got the dad of the guy 3 levels at once. Looking at my inventory, I realized that I already have almost all the accessories that drop from bosses because I defeated the bosses over and over again and they ended up dropping. And in the end, we even got Frank's accessory. As soon as I finish this boss, we're going to hit level 700 and I can finally head over to the second world. And the best part is, we're going to be able to unlock the first attack of our Doug, but before that, I have to complete the mission to unlock the second world. First, you talk to the military guy, then you go to the ice island, use the key you got, defeat the admiral. Talk to the military guy again. After doing all that, we have enough levels to go to the second world. We just arrived in the second world for the first time, and the best thing I can do now is lock the first attack of Doug. It's going to take some work and I'm going to need to use my main account to pull off the raid. Doing the raid is going to be a bit more complicated than I'd like simply because I only have 100 health, so any NPC with any attack can take me out, so I don't really know where I can stand to avoid that. In the end, everything worked out. We got the fragment and going to be able to unlock the first attack of our Blox Fruit. Light it up, awaken it. 500 fragments. And we managed to unlock the first attack. And this attack here is 1,000 times prettier than the standard one. I just don't know how much damage this is going to deal. 3.12. Once I manage to unlock all the attacks, it's going to be way easier for us to level up.